Welcome to the Transformation Academy. I'm Marcus, and this channel is dedicated to simplifying and creating successful fitness, nutrition, and mindset tools for all men, but more specifically, those of us who are 40 plus. Okay, today's topic I want to go over in a follow-up, so we'll call this version 2 of nutrition. Okay, so in the previous nutrition video I was talking about, I specifically went over some basic items that talk about protein as it relates to your macronutrients. And then I mentioned in that conversation with you guys, consumption is more about what I'm referring to when it comes to nutrition. I'm not talking about buying things. I'm talking about consuming visually, auditory, and then things that we're drinking and breathing. So the next piece in this that is really important for all of us to look at is what it is that we're drinking. Okay, I'll keep this simple. So when it comes to nutrition, you have your macronutrients. Obviously, I went over some of those: proteins, carbs, fat, micronutrients, all your vitamins, think in terms of multivitamins. Water. You can live without food, but you can't live without water. So what I'm talking about here is if you want to look at the fastest way for you to gauge where you are from an overall health standpoint with your weight, take a food journal, actually a drinking journal of what it is that you're consuming every day. You know, if you're having sodas, beers, wine, cocktails, juice, protein shakes, those kinds of things. But you get what I'm talking about. Something that you're having, that you're mindlessly having throughout the day. Most of us are not getting enough hydration. Most of us are not drinking water. Most of us are drinking some other variation, and it's not what you need. So one of the other things I get asked a lot about, to keep it simple, is, again, what is it do I eat? Okay, I ask very specific questions when it comes to this topic. Again, talking about the food, but it is what it is that you're drinking. Right, so as an example, whether it's a diet soft drink or a regular soft drink, they're both bad for you. Again, all my opinion, that's it. Go out and drink soda all day long if that's what you feel like having. I'm not gonna poo-poo anybody from doing those kinds of things. I'm just sharing with you, if you wanna look at your overall health, because your body is taking anything that you're consuming, again, breathing, eating, drinking, visually seeing and hearing, and your brain and body are converting that into energy in lots of different forms. Obviously to run you, because you're not a machine, but what you're doing is you're consuming aspects of the world around you that are going to help drive you energetically forward. Okay, and I'm going to get into the visual and auditory and all that stuff another time, but right now it's what you're drinking. Okay, so again, do a consumption drinking journal and see how many ancillary types of drinks you're having through. Coffee is another one, right? I have coffee every day. I love coffee, but I know that I have to have or drink quite a bit more water as I'm having coffee, because coffee is a diuretic, right? So when we're talking about really quick ways to make some real seasoned changes in our overall lifestyle and habits, they really do take a concerted effort, but once you get it, that they're pretty simple, and you make these choices every day with every meal, all throughout your day, you're going to start building habits, right? So in this case, you know, you have breakfast and normally it's going to be juice. Well, have breakfast and water. Add a little lemon juice to it. So lemon juice or lime juice doesn't have any calories in it, and it gives it a little bit of flavor. So water with lemon or lime juice. Have that all throughout the day. It's going to re-energize you, because that water has energy. You know, again, going back to my previous comment about things that are processed. Juices are processed, regardless of them being organic or not. You know, and they're high sugar content. You know, so orange juice, grapefruit juice, grape juice, cranberry juice, all really high as far as calories and high glycemic carbohydrates. So again, water. Lunchtime comes and you order a burger and a salad, and then you order a Diet Coke. Well, that's not water. It may taste good for the time being, but you want to grab yourself a glass of water with lemon. Try it for a week. I guarantee you that you'll start to see the results, not only in your overall health, but your skin tone, your energy, how you feel internally when you're eating foods and you're consuming these things that, that you're enjoying as far as your meals. When you're drinking water, you're going to feel more refreshed and hydrated. I'll kind of put this out there to you. Oftentimes, maybe if I feel like having a Diet Coke or some kind of diet soft drink of some kind, just because I want the bubbles or what have you, something sweet, I'll have it, and then right after I have it, I'm thirsty. So I have to have another glass or two of water. So I drank a bunch of chemicals that made me extremely thirsty. So yeah, have those kinds of things periodically as you like them, but certainly adjust what it is that you're consuming from an overall hydration standpoint, from whatever it is that you've been doing, and focus more on high quality or water simply. Again, I like flavored water. For in this case, I just add lemon. Some of us, you're going to add like apple cider vinegar too, but those are other kinds of things that you can do. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to keep this one short. I want to go on version 2 with the hydration, water. Okay, we're going to come up with a couple other parts of this topic here in a second. Okay, so when we're talking about water, then that's going to move us into a little bit of how you're managing the day. So water, like Bruce Lee would say, is you want to be like water. You want to flow, right? You don't want to be static and you don't want to be rigid. So when it comes to your nutrition, yes, you want to try and have 5 meals a day, typically all throughout the day. That way your metabolism is kicking in every 2 to 3 hours or so. That's going to be, generally speaking, a very efficient way of eating throughout the day, and making your last meal about 7 o'clock, because most people go to bed like around 10, 11, typically. If those aren't your times, you want to generally eat your last meal anywhere between 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. That's it. The other part of that too is talking about our meal calorie consumption as far as throughout the day. Again, I'm specifically talking about hydration and nutrition here right now. But I don't want to forget that you want to also think in terms of a pyramid in your day as opposed to a wedge. So most of us are going to get up and have either no breakfast or a very small breakfast, maybe a large breakfast. Just depends on what kind of day you're doing. If you're in a high physical activity type of work, and you might get a lot of calories at breakfast. That's a whole other topic or question, comment. But most of us are eating in a wedge pattern. So that means they're eating the least amount of calories and working all the way up to the most amount of calories at nighttime. So what ends up happening is that you're up throughout the day, kind of progressively eating more and more calories, and then right around 6 or 7, you get this big meal. And then what? Within those 2 to 3 hour window before bedtime, you're not doing anything. So it doesn't make any sense to eat all those calories at nighttime. What I'm talking about in a pyramid is, start progressively in towards lunchtime somewhere and get most of your calories in the middle of the day, and then let it taper off. That it's not flatlined, so you're getting the same amount of calories all throughout the day. You can do that, but what I want you to try and think about is stay away from this wedge or 45-degree angle style of eating, where you're eating the least amount and the most calories end up at the end of the day. Because the end of the day, again, you're not doing a lot, so you're not you're not expending all this energy and calories. So where do you think the calories are going to go from that steak dinner or that roast chicken dinner or that big pasta dinner that you just had? It's going to go in the fat stores. It just is. You can't fight it. Your body's naturally made to take those extra calories and put them into your fat stores. So something to think about as you're working on your plans and programs. But again, pyramid into the day, middle of the day, should be the most amount of calories. Again, take advantage of that, because again, if you're working out in the evening time, then you're going to have enough calories for that evening workout. You're not going to feel, tired and that kind of thing. Then you can replenish with a small meal, either, well, after or a shake. Okay. That's it for today. Like, subscribe, and follow. Please make comments below. I'm happy to go over any kind of questions and debate anything, honestly, again, because again, this is all based on my experience as a fitness professional, as well as, helping people get to where they want to go in the most healthy, simplified way without making it a program and complicated and all that kind of thing. All right. So again, thank you for being here. I'll see you on the next one.